Here we go. When you see this, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu detention condition at the DSS amount to torture. Our client Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has instructed us to make the following information public. Okay? That despite a court order to the contrary, the condition of his detention at the DSS headquarters in Abuja continued to be harsh, degrading, and inhuman. Because of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu fighting for the freedom of Biafra, he is being put into this particular condition. 2, that he is solitary, confined to a very tiny cell, 23 hours of the day without access to sunlight and any social interactions whatsoever. He believed that this is aimed at inflicting extreme emotional and mental distress on him and breaking him psychologically. This is exactly why I said in my broadcast that I see my leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, broken. You see, I don't know what is going on. Some people will say, oh, we are just doing it. We'll just release the message, forget that this message. Let me tell you, there is nothing like forget the message. Okay? What you should know is that, is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu being locked up 23 hours every day? The answer is yes. Because he cannot just come and say he's being locked up. If not, the DSS they should have reacted. The DSS would have reacted to say it is not true. To say what was said is not true. Okay? They would have reacted. So the question is that, is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu being locked up for 23 hours? The answer is yes. So anybody that comes to tell you, forget this thing, it is just a strategy or not, disregard the person. Because we are, even if DSS come today to say that it is a lie, we will still not believe it. Because there are the ones we have seen with our own eyes. Which is, for example, they did not allow the lawyers to see him. So that is number one. Number two, one of our legal counsel here said he was detained. He was detained. Number two. And let me also make something very clear. But let me continue, because I'm going to address this. Because one thing about this whole thing is that, there was a time when message was coming, and message was coming and was coming to me directly and all that. And then of course, all of a sudden, some things, the message is not coming like some other people, and I like it that way. I make it very clear that I don't want to, all this while when the message was coming, it's always a problem. When message come, I will ask the message. Every message that comes to me that I have posted on my wall, I have always asked question, should I make this public? And I have always gotten that response, yes, you can make this public. I go and make public. I have never posted any message coming from our leader without asking question. That is one thing I want to make very clear today. When a message comes to me that I have been given the opportunity, a slot to broadcast on Radio Biafra, I asked question. Not one, not two. Should I make this public? And that, yes, green light was given to me to make it public. So I want to make it very clear today. No time has I ever come to give any message or give any update on my wall without confirmation. I have always asked question. Should I make this public? And they will say, yes, I should make it public. And I go ahead and make it public. That's the one thing I want to clarify today. But when I was told that I have been given a slot, I asked that question. Should I make this public? Yes, I should make it public. And I didn't actually see anything a big deal in that slot that I should broadcast on Radio Biafra and all that, because people are broadcasting on Radio Biafra. See it as a privilege to serve Biafra people in a different way, because Radio Biafra broadcast is different from what I'm doing here. Okay, so I asked, should I make this public? They say yes, I should make it public. So why I'm trying to make this clarification is for people who are now attacking Simon Ekpa. They don't know anything. Okay, and that's why I have always said, what you don't know is bigger than you. When a message came that I will be given a topic every Monday, I also asked the public. They say I should make it public. And that particular message came from the brother of our leader, Emmanuel Kanu. Okay? So, at the end of the day, a lot of clarification was made. I made that this in public, and it is there in the public, that our leader will be giving me topic every Monday, and then they twisted it that our leader will be broadcasting from DSS. I want you to go to any place I have posted. There has never been any day I said Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be broadcasting from the DSS. It is never. I never said anything like that. The post is still there on Twitter and on Facebook. What I said was, what I wrote was, I was given a topic, and I still maintain because I was told, and I asked this question again before I make it public. So now a lot of people are attacking me that, oh, it is because by then they stopped our leader from they stopped the legal team started having problem with visiting our leader. I want to make this particular clarification today, for maybe for the very first time. Our leaders started having problem with the visiting our leader. They say it is because of Simon Ekpa. That is the people who hate me. They say it is because Simon Ekpa posted that our leader will be giving him a topic every Monday and all that. And they know that it is not true. They know that what they are saying and accusing me for the reason why the DSS was maltreating the legal team is not true. Okay, after that whole thing, I was just, asking God to just, let me just distance myself in all these things so that I concentrate. And then I'm no longer interested in getting update. And I have, since then, we have enjoyed peace. So the question I want to ask Biafrans now is that when Aloy Ejimako was detained, does it have to do with Simon Ekpa? No. Okay? When Aloy Ejimako and the legal team was detained for almost 2 months now or so, if I'm not mistaken, you have never seen me post anything about the legal. I can see from the people that are attacking me on social media, they are boasting. They say he said that he's going to be getting information from our leader. Is he getting information now? So, which means some people have give information that the legal team is not reporting anything to me again, which I am very, very comfortable with. Okay? So some people have the information that the legal team is not passing any information to me again, and I don't need it, because each time the information comes, it has always been problem. So I have enjoyed peace since all this while that I didn't get any update from the legal team directly. But some people have that information passed to them that the legal team is not briefing me again. Okay, they have the information and they are using it to make broadcasts. If you watch some of them, you will see where they are boasting that legal team is not contacting him again. The legal team is not, so they know. Now, since the legal team is not contacting me again, I don't have any information. I don't want to pass any information. No update has come to me. I have been, very consistent in what I'm doing, but the problem is increasing every day. So it has nothing to do with Simon Ekpa. Okay? Now, that these people, when they hear the latest, when they hear the latest update, they start to say, oh, look at now they are sharing it. These are people that don't have heart. These people are just heartless people. They see where our leader is crying out, lamenting, and all they do is that, oh, it is just a strategy we are using. You're not using that strategy. If you are using strategy, you can't just come and make that kind of comment against the Nigeria DSS without them reacting. So everything you see here is true. I want to show you now that Aloy Ejimako was detained. And like I said, There is no update from me. They will say that Simon Ekpa update is causing problem. It doesn't cause any problem. I have just told you now that everything I have done, everything I have posted on social media, I asked question before posting it. And this is what some of you don't know. Okay? And after this thing, they started attacking me that, oh, it's a lie. Nobody told me who said Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going to give you. So everything that comes from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they always use it to attack me. So Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, if he decide that, okay, because believe me, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from the spirit knows that I can't betray him. Even though if he don't trust me, or what I know is that I can never betray him until he comes out. Now, if he decide not to be passing information anymore that is bringing problem, I like that, and I have been. In fact, I prefer that no information come to me again until he comes out. Because any information comes, if I make it public, it brings a problem to those who root me. Now, I want you to, let us read this. Let us read this. So, number 2, that they confine him in a very tiny cell. This is true. 3, that any detainee who encounters and greet him during the single hour he is allowed outside his cell is promptly put in solitary confinement or transferred to a maximum security as a punishment for exchanging mere greeting with him, because of his detainees have resorted to avoiding him and exchanging situation with him, not to talk of any other form of social interaction. Now, this is another level of torture. This is a different level of torture. You see, I told you people that, this is not a makeup. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu cannot just come and say, okay, they are bringing me out and they are restraining people from contacting me. When they say people, anybody who talk to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they will put the person in a maximum security detention and all that. It is that it is a different mental torture they want to give to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And I saw that in him during that court. That's why when people were saying Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was roaring like a lion, I see something deeply different. And if you did not believe me, if you could not believe me, if you have never believed me, this particular incident should make you to think twice about Simon Ekpa. Whether it is real or whether it is lie, this particular press release now should make you to think differently about me. Because immediately I started analyzing the issue of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the condition of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu after that court. 3 days, I analyzed it. This is what happened. 3 days, I mentioned that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, how can Mazi Nnamdi Kanu be coming to court with one cloth? A lot of all these illiterate broadcasters, they started attacking, who clocked help? What are we going to do? They don't know. What do they know? They don't know anything. They don't research. They don't read. They don't develop their critical thinking. You see, when you are dealing with something like this, you must be far, higher than the people that you are dealing with. Be step ahead of them. So when I saw Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, I have been able to, analyze his body language, been able to analyze the way he behaved in court, and everything. I saw something different. And I was asking God to give me the wisdom to begin to address that issue. So, and God gave me the wisdom. Before you see me coming to start talking differently, you can imagine the courage I have to summon. When you are telling me that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is I came and I begin to tell you a different thing. I said, even if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the one that say he don't want new cloth, we must tell him that we must let him understand the reason why he must want that new cloth. Because I know why I said that thing is that I know that a lot of people, a lot of you, some of these people are just, they don't have just canal. So I need to add that message in different way. I said, even if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu say him don't want new cloth, let us convince him, tell him the reason why he must want it. But it takes somebody with a very deep understanding and intelligence to understand why I said so. Now, after 2 days of that broadcast, which I made about three times, I made a different broadcast on it, and this thing came. And in this particular press release, you saw something about the cloth. You saw something about the cloth. But I said it. I told you that this is a way, it's called the mental torture. They want you to, they are sending message to Biafrans and at the same time to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu cannot continue to enjoy it any longer. So who knows what transpired that they decided to break this news. But let me tell you, it did not start yesterday. It did not start yesterday. So even if some of the things that were said there were not true or it is true, it is true until DSS come and say it's not true and they bring a proof. It's not true. This is the point. And so, just if you hate me, hate me. I'm not saying there is nothing I can do in this life for those who hate me not to hate me. But at least when I am in the spirit and talking in the spirit, understand it. Let me tell you another lie that was told about me. Another lie is that they said I came to say that Biafrans have been praying a wrong prayer. They twisted it. They now connect it to 150 days prayer Mazi Nnamdi Kanu declared that Simon Ekpa came and they say the prayer is wrong. But that is not true. My comment about praying a wrong prayer is a general thing that I said the Nigerians, Biafrans, we have been praying wrong prayer. That we should start praying for God for us to identify when a helper comes. Because you're praying for helper without knowing when God actually sent a helper. And this thing that has happened now is example of praying to know when a helper comes. Because if some of you understand actually the reason why I am back on the exposition after Mazi Nnamdi Kanu court, after a few days of that court, you will not be saying that what is cloth, who cloth help. You will understand that the exposition about the court is spiritual. It's spiritual. Okay? And even now, some of them are disappointed that why must it be now that Simon Ekpa started talking about the cloth of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that this kind of update come from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Some people are disappointed. That is the level of hate people have. Some people are ready to crash this Biafra struggle if it is going to be Simon Ekpa that will bring any solution to anything. They are ready to crash it. They are ready to hand over everything they have to Nigeria. And let us continue in Nigeria if Simon Ekpa can make any change. That is how I'm telling you how deep-rooted hate people have developed now. So they are not actually after the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu or Biafra. If Simon Ekpa can do anything today or proffer any solution today that can bring Nnamdi Kanu out, they rather allow Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to stay there. That is the level of hate already. I'm just trying to inform you, watch me today, the level of hate some people have, developed in this struggle. If I say that there is something that God revealed to me now that we can do to free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we are not going to pay money for it. Everything is try and lock. Okay? But you see some people will say over their dead body they cannot do it. That if the instead they will do it, let Mazi Nnamdi Kanu rot in jail. I am telling you, it has come to that point. Okay? Now, having said all these things I said now, let us read what legal team said. Now they continued. 4. That since the Nigeria government extraordinary rendition him, he had been allowed to change of clothing, and his Jewish prayer shawls and other religious material brought to him by his council were rejected and returned. You see, so now all this while that they are coming to tell us that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in high spirit. How can somebody be in high spirit when The legal council, the time he was rendition to Nigeria, the legal council tried to bring cloth to him. They refused. So how can somebody like that be in high spirit? Okay? He can never be in high spirit. He can never be in high spirit. Even if he's telling, I'm not saying like let me also correct you before you twist it now that I say the legal teams are lying. I am telling you, he can never be in high spirit. But that does not mean that what the legal teams are reporting that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is sending greeting and in high spirit is a lie. It's not a lie. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu can tell that to the legal team in order to make the spirit of the people calm down. But the question is, with this report, will you say that somebody like that will be in high spirit? He can never be in high spirit. He can never be in high spirit. When a legal team bring cloth for you to change, and let me tell you, nobody. Okay, if I have been discussing with the legal team now, they will say, "Oh, they have passed the information to me." Nobody passed information to me. No legal team discussed with me, but I started it. I begin to open this thing in the spirit. I started talking about the cloth. You see now, they write the cloth there. And the legal team now is trying to tell Biafrans and the entire world that they have tried to bring cloth to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The DSS refused. So why did we not know about it all this while? Why did we not know about it? Because since they renditioned him to Nigeria, so which means for the past 4 months or so, they have been trying to bring cloth to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and they refused. And those who say, what is cloth? Have you seen it? Because it is not Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that actually did not want to change his cloth. It is the DSS. And that's another torture. That's another torture which I explained to you people. Go and watch the program. I said, what you see in the court is torture. I see this cloth that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did not change the cloth is a mental torture. You see now, and now the legal team, after my exposition, they have come with a new message which corresponds with the exposition I made. Even if it is not true. Even if it is not true, like I can hear some of the warriors. Some of them are saying they just do this, they just do that. If they are not true, my brother, I am believing it is true. If it is just a strategy, I am not believing it is a strategy. I am believing it is true. And the only way I am going to believe it is true is that that is the one we see with our own eyes. At least that one nobody can say is a strategy. They refused Bruce Fem from meeting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Koro, so many times the man was in Nigeria, they refused him to meet him. It is also part of the mental torture. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will have high hope that the man is coming to meet him. And not only that, too, another thing we are going to use to what I am using to say it is not a strategy for those idiots who will say it is just a strategy is because the British High Commissioner in Nigeria, they refused them to see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So what proof do you need to show that everything written here, if it is whether it is a propaganda, I am not believing it's a propaganda, it's real. Because there are ones we know that you cannot say is at least the one that is not happening inside there. There is one that is outside that we have seen. One is the President, two is the British Council. So if there is any other thing that these two will confirm that other ones may be true. Okay? Now, let us continue. Let us continue. Number 5, that the DSS has refused to replace his corrective lenses, which were smashed to smithereens by agents of the Nigerian government in the process of violence they unleashed on him while abducting him in Kenya. This has led to a rapid deterioration of his sight. This is another torture which everybody must rise up to. It must worry everybody. Do you see the reason why I am calling everybody this night that tomorrow let us begin aggressive sit at home. Aggressive sit at home. It is no longer a child's play. It has become What you can do, do it. Anything you know you can do, do it. Okay? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is crying out to us. Forget anything anybody is telling you. Forget it. Whether it is lie, whether it is fake, whether it is true, we are going to believe what is here and work with it. And the ball is in your court. So let us now forget whatever the leadership is doing, their position in this and all that. Take this thing upon ourselves, take the bull by its horn, and make sure that we grant the economy, and make sure that we invoke the Bible quotation that man cannot survive by bread alone. For those who will tell you, I don't have something to eat tomorrow. Because by the time you continue to live by not bread alone for a few weeks, few months, until something tangible is achieved, you will have the rest of your life to regret it. If you do and follow this politician and this pressure now die, and everybody calm down, and like they are trying to make you, believe me, you can never recover. You can never ever recover. Even if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu come out, they succeeded to bring him out and restrict him movement, like they did to Shawore. They will say, stay in Abuja, don't go anywhere. They will be monitoring him and all that, like they did to Shawore. So we must, step up this game to let them understand it is not going to be what they do to Shawore, they are going to do to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That will determine on how resolute we are, how we stand up, because everybody knows that what they are doing now is to 2023. And we cannot allow them to win this game. So let Mazi Nnamdi Kanu come out first. Now, I want us to continue. Number six, that he is restricted to meeting with his council in an atmosphere devoid of private discussion with his council. And he is oftentimes denied perusal of legal documentation his council bring to him to review. You see? So sometimes they deny the access to even having any kind of discussion, pertaining to how the legal teams are handling this case. What the client relationship is that you give access to the legal counsel and the client to discuss on a way forward. But the Nigeria DSS is not allowing that. Okay? And that in actual sense is a mental torture. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be longing to discuss something very private with the legal counsel. He will never be given opportunity to do that. Do you know what it means? It means that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be sleeping every day. He will be thinking, okay, Ejiofor is coming. They are coming tomorrow. I'm going to discuss this with them. Ejimako is coming tomorrow. I'm going to discuss this with them. And then all of a sudden, Ejimako and Ejiofor, arrived and will bring Mazi Nnamdi Kanu out only to be in an atmosphere that he cannot talk about it to them. And everything is okay. Yes. And watching again. He say, yes. He say everybody is fine. All that. The only thing they will discuss is that council sit at home. Council sit at home. That is the only thing the DSS want to hear. So we want to now take that particular task away from our leader, so that they will not put him in danger. They will not continue to put him in danger. We are taking that thing away from him. Okay? So how can you be very, very sound when you have opportunity, you have something bothering you, you have so many messages, you have something directive to give inside your heart, and you can't give it? Look at your lawyer. Look at DSS. Look at the people, and something is going wrong. Movement is going wrong, but you can't say it. That is the situation we are now. And like I said, it has nothing to do with Simon Ekpa. for those illiterate people who, in the first place, they started accusing Simon Ekpa. Oh, it is because of because of Simon Ekpa update that they are disturbing the legal council. These are idiots. These are idiots because of hatred for Simon Ekpa. But it is because the Spirit have asked me to start this exposition about the condition of our leader. I don't know what happened, and the thing is out. If you ask me now, I don't know. But it is because of that I have started this exposition the same time the thing is coming. So it is coincidence. Or maybe like I have normally said that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you see, some of you don't even know what something. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu asked me to broadcast on Radio Biafra, I have made it very clear. He knows that sometimes I can take something from his heart. So I don't want somebody say, look at them, look at the illiterate here. Uchenna Mbam, Ekperima, your mumu is too much. Look at him, and that is how we are going to kick him out of the. These are the nincompoop. These are the illiterate idiots that the only thing they know, instead of him to come and give a different, bring a different opinion from what I'm saying, maybe more superior argument from what I'm saying, he don't do that because they don't have the mental capacity to give any opinion. They don't have that mental capacity to give somebody a legal opinion or any opinion, not to talk about legal opinion. They don't bother well to give legal opinion. Yes, are you people ready? All right. So I have the people that are supposed to come here. They are coming now. So we will continue because we have about 9,000 people watching this broadcast live and direct. We have 9,300 people watching. We have about 3,000 person watching from YouTube, and then about 2,000 and 3,000 something from the others. So we have about 9,315 now watching live and direct this. So I don't want to end the broadcast again because if I end it now, it will take people time to join. So since we have this number of people watching and it is increasing again, we have now 9,400 or so. We have about 9,400 people watching now. It's going on and off. So we don't need to end the broadcast. We just continue like that. But these guests I have from the United States are coming to join us. So I will continue. But when they come, I will bring them in. So don't just stay back. It is going to be a very wonderful evening today. So stay back wherever you are, and I'm bringing them to the program. Now, as I continue to, one moment. Now, as I continue to, to analyze this, now number 6. So the atmosphere, like I've just explained to you, the atmosphere. Let me zoom this. Let me zoom it. Okay, there we go. Number 6, that he is restricted. Yep, I think it is good now. That he is restricted to meeting with his council in an atmosphere devoid of private discussion with his council, and he is oftentimes denied perusal of legal documentation his counsel bring to him to review. Okay. Number 7, that he is not allowed to sleep with a pillow, and this has led to his developing acid reflux, which comes with acute burning sensation in his chest pain, and extreme difficulty in swallowing. You see, this is the worst torture you can give to any human. So I do not understand why people will leave this thing that is very serious and be talking about Simon Ekpa, and be talking about the DOS, and be talking about all this rubbish, while our leader is dying gradually in the dungeon of DOS. Somebody is coming to tell me you are giving order. You are giving order. They are only interested in who is giving order and who is not giving order. My people, we are running out of time. We are running out of time. We don't have time for all this nonsense gossip. We need action. All of you that have supported Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, all of you that have volunteered yourself to do one thing or the other, it is time Mazi Nnamdi Kanu needs you. And we don't need to be under command of anything to make this happen. We don't need to be any command. Let us show that we love Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Let us show that we are angry. Let us show that we are mad with the system that is subjecting our leader to this kind of degrading treatment and torture, which is not allowed in international law, prohibited. The international law prohibits torture and degrading treatment. It's a crime. Let me tell you that when the son of Charles Taylor was arrested and sentenced in the United States, he was not sentenced to prison because he killed somebody. No, he was sentenced to prison because of torture. He tortured somebody. He tortured people in their country, and they convicted him in the United States. Thank you very much, Mrs. Ogwebo, for your super chat. God bless you, Brother Simon. This is a very sad news about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and some people are not getting it. They are joking about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's health. Greeting from Jesus is my father. Thank you very much. My sister, this is exactly the problem. Some people are joking because Simon Ekpa was talking about it, so they rather want to jeopardize the health and condition of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because of hatred for Simon Ekpa, because Simon Ekpa started saying it without the report of the legal team. I started saying it because my spirit told me to say it. Number 8, that on the 17th of July 2021, one of his lawyers, the undersigned barrister Aloy Jimako, was detained and interrogated for hours by the DSS when he came to the DSS on the visitation to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who witnessed the detention before being led away, was very distressed and alarmed by this incident, and he considers it brazen act of intimidation of his counsel. This was part of the mental torture being meted to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The reason they detained his counsel is not any other thing, only to tell Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that they are ready and they are going to deal with him. Is only to belittle the legal counsel before Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It is the strategy the police uses in some countries, some corrupt police. They want to shout down on your representative. They want to make the person become nobody in your presence. That is the strategy they use. This has nothing to do with Simon Ekpa, or Simon Ekpa says Simon Ekpa did not say. This has nothing to do. This absolutely the strategy that the most of these corrupt police are using to prove to the client that the lawyer is nobody before them. It is part of mental torture. But because some idiot who don't know anything about education, who don't know anything about thinking, who don't know anything about these law enforcement agents, those corrupt one, who don't know anything about all this. Because of them, they don't know anything. They will come to social media and start talking rubbish. And someone posted this. That is the reason. He say Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will give me the topic. And that is the reason. It is not how it has nothing to do with what someone posted. It is the modus operandi of these evil DSS men to demoralize Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Intimidation. But because of hatred to Simon Ekpa, some people are attaching it. You don't know that the person you are dealing with is a very intelligent person. Biafrans are very intelligent people. And I am not, it's just that I have not beginning to address these things because it is not the time yet to address you people. It's not the time. The time is coming when I will address you. When I will pieces all these things and all this nonsense that these buffoons are doing on social media. The time is coming. But let us focus. The only way now for you to understand that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu need you is that the time has come. Finally, the time has come, because if we fail Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, God will never forgive us. So the question is, what are you doing individually in your own capacity to prove that you can't allow Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to suffer like this in the DSS dungeon? What are you doing? What are the businessmen doing? Those who cannot go to their village before, and now they can go to the village because of the activity of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu movement. Those who their mothers in the village can no longer, were not able to go to their farm, and they can now go to their farm today because of the Eastern Security Network instituted by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. What are you doing? Those of you in Lagos, those of you in Yoruba land doing business, that people can no longer go to farm in your village until ESN came and they begin to chase away the terrorists from our forest. What are you doing for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? The time has come that you are going to not even pay back, because you can never pay back to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu what he has done in this struggle. 9, that he has to date been denied access to British consul despite her repeated request to see him. And on the day of his last court appearance, on the 10th of November 2021, the British consul who in the court to observe the proceeding was intimidated by the DSS officer who restricted her from coming close to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? So even if anything is not true, even if all these things, because I have seen some people telling some people, which is very, very disheartening. It's very absurd. I have come across where some people are telling some people, you see that thing, don't mind that, we are just using it. That press release. So if every other thing is lie, okay, is this one a lie? If every other thing is a formality, is this particular one not a formality or a propaganda that they could not allow the British consul to visit him? Even in the court, they humiliated the person that came to represent the British High Commission in Nigeria. So is that one a lie too? You see, if those of you who all these people, power mongers, have been writing privately telling you, don't mind those things, so we just use it to do something. Don't ask them, use your tongue and count your teeth. Is this one also a propaganda? I am asking you. Let us continue. Number 10 says that to date, the DSS has denied his repeated request for an independent medical examination to examine the extent of damage done to his body by a suspected substance he may have been injected with during this abduction and extraordinary rendition. He has reasons to believe that the injected substance is affecting the potassium content, causing him constipation, a feeling of skin heat, palpitation, fatigue, muscle weakness, spasms, and numbness. You see? So he is believing, our leader is calling on you, telling you for the very first time that he believed he was injected. He believed he was injected. And that injection is now reflecting, is not affecting him and all that. And all of you, what you can do is to come here, to come to social media and start talking rubbish that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, this and that, this. You think you love Mazi Nnamdi Kanu more than me? You can imagine when some of us who are seeing things in the spirit are reacting. You think they say we want to hijack IPOB. Simon Ekpa want to hijack IPOB. Let me also tell you that some of you don't understand that some of the action of the expelled members, the so-called expelled members of IPOB, some of the action leading to their outburst on social media was as a result of the lackadaisical of the leadership in handling some of the vital information and the directive of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It made those people to go mad. Somebody like this woman called Nelly Ofebu, for example, because that is the only person they have in their name now. They say Nelly Ofebu was planning coup. They say Nelly Ofebu. It was because of the whatever spiritual something or feeling that maybe that woman have about something is going wrong. But the lackadaisical of the leadership probably may make her to lose hope. Just like many of you now, lackadaisical to handle some information and have a proactive measures. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is dying. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu may have been injected. You know, they say may have been injected. Okay? So, and somebody is ranting. Somebody is angry. Somebody who may have a privileged information is running mad. That things are going mad. That things are going wrong. That we need to do something, and some people are saying, let us leave it, let us leave it, you know, it is, the leadership is coming with something, and somebody who the spirit is disturbing is running mad on social media, and they say, you want to hijack the leadership, because they are not disturbed with, you think you have seen it all. Let me tell you, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, what he's going through now is not all here. There are more to it. And because some of us are getting the feeling, that is why sometimes there is nothing is enough. No decision of the DOS is enough. I'm telling you, because of we are getting the feeling, no decision of the DOS today is enough until Mazi Nnamdi Kanu comes out. It is not to say, when people say we are attacking, we are not attacking. I don't understand what you mean by attacking. We are not attacking. But we are telling you now that we are in a situation that everything must be done, that every hand must be on deck. And somebody is telling us, you are attacking somebody. Some people are coming online. I have to defend this. Who is against structure? Let me also address this particular issue of a structure. When you say somebody is against structure, it's like you come and say, as Nigeria is now, you say, let there not be a Senate. We don't need Senate in Nigeria. We don't need Senate. It means you are against the structure. Okay? You say, we don't need the office of Senate. It means you are fighting against it. But when you are saying the Senate president, the senators and all that are not living up to expectation, it is not a structure you are attacking. Now, the issue here is that we are in a very critical time when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's life is in danger. Okay? Somebody say, stop calling. You see, this is the problem here. Somebody say, God's a good, gracious God. Oh no, not you. Sorry. Where is the comment? Here, this comment. I want you all to read this comment. What is the comment? Where is the comment? Yeah, this one, Sarah. I don't know why this person will be having this kind of name. What is this kind of queer or whatever? Sarah. Simon. What can you do? Simon. What can you do? Nothing. Stop calling DOS, please. It's not good. You see, you are not part of us. I'm going to block you because your name alone. I don't need to address your comment. I'll just have to block you so you will not comment here again. You are not part of us. If you are part of us, you will not drop this rubbish comment you drop here. I don't know. Should I be calling your name? If I'm addressing the leadership of IPOB, should I be using your name to address them? Should I not call their name as it is? And if I am calling for action and calling for everybody to wake up, should I be using your name to call them to wake up? So you are blocked. You don't supposed to be here, and people should not even go to respond to this idiotic person because he is not part of us. She is not part of us. The name does not even show anything anyway. All right. So having distracted us, let us continue because we have our guest here already. But let me quickly read the number 11. Number 11. That the circumstances of the foregoing, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu continued to have a persistent and heightened feeling of potent threat to his overall well-being and safety within the DSS facility where he is currently detained. Okay? So what am I trying to tell you this evening? What I'm trying to tell you this evening is that for those who think they have privileged information, that everything is we just did it, my brother, we are treating this particular message as it is. Person like me, I am taking this message, this press release as it is. Okay? So if you have any privileged information that is not available to me, I don't have it. And even if I have it, my spirit is telling me something. I am particularly taking this particular press release very seriously and I'm treating it as it is. Okay? Until further notice. And the only time I will not treat this message as it is when I see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu outside. So for the fact that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is inside, I will continue to even be more brutal in what I'm doing. I will continue to be even more stubborn. So if you think you have seen my stubbornness, my brother, I am just starting. I told you people that in a few weeks' time, you are going to see a different dimension in the struggle for Biafra. That I am waiting for the leaders of the Southeast to visit Abuja first and see the outcome of Abuja before the dimension will take place. And now we have seen them visiting the Abuja and we are watching them closely. We have also seen the press release of the presidency. We are watching it closely. And in a few weeks' time, the struggle for Biafra will take a different dimension until Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is out. And that is why I am boldly coming today to openly advocate for a continuous sit at home and even for the sit at home to be extended to the other part of southern Nigeria, especially those places dominated by Biafrans and their businesses. It is the only thing you do for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. If you don't do it, it is not going to take anything away from me. If tomorrow comes and you decide to go to work, it is not going to take anything away from me. It is not stopping me from eating. It is not going to stop me from being Simon Ekpa. It is not going to remove anything from my name. The only thing it is going to do is that you have betrayed and continue to disappoint a man who have contributed, sacrificed everything, including his liberty, to fight for your freedom. That is the only thing you have achieved. But when you continue to show that you are in solidarity with him, believe me, the sky is not just our limit. But our limit is going to be above the sky.